Stop! Drop! Hello everyone and welcome to the Illegal Gaming Chop Shop.
Just so everybody knows, that was also a first for me. I was not brought in ahead of time to sample that.
No, you weren't. That's me at 6 o'clock in the morning going, how the fuck am I going to intro this new thing? Oh, fuck. Oh, did I accidentally? No, I did not pull out my mic. You can hear me, right?
Hear you, yeah.
That was me 6 o'clock in the morning going, I need a new name for this video feature, and it's going to be called the Illegal Gaming Chop Shop. And then now I need an intro. Rough Riders is pretty good, and here we are. So, for everyone wondering, what is this? What is the Illegal Gaming Chop Shop? I wanted to talk about video games, but the two things I use to talk about video games is one, to be released, which is all Dokkan related, and then at the end we get to talk about actual video games. And the other one was Shonen Or Smorgasbord, and now Shonen Or Collection is dead. So I don't have... So I figured, why not just make a blanket? Here is a place we can just talk about games. It's not related to how we feel about Dokkan. It won't die on us randomly. Well, expectedly, I should say.
Die. We can always do something else.
It's true. So this is why this is this. And as for the name, I just really like saying Illegal Gaming Chop Shop. It is a reference to Beverly Hills Cop. Is this the Illegal Chop Shop? So here we are. And I'm here with Zenrot.
Me.
Yes. So, what game today are we going to talk about on the Illegal Gaming Chop Shop, you're wondering? Well, I'm going to tell you this now. You're actually not wondering that because it's in the name of the video. We're going to be talking about Jump Force. Now, you're wondering, what's Jump Force?
Nobody's wondering that.
Nobody's wondering that?
If they're watching Jump Forces.
Well, for those who don't know, it is a 3D fighting game. Is that the best way of saying it? It's a 3D fighting game?
Fighting game.
Yeah, it's a fighting game. 3v3, where it's supposed to, in theory, use every single... Not every single. It's supposed to use a good amount of series. It's a crossover for all Shonen Jump worlds, basically.
All is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I wanted to talk about it. It's coming out February 2nd. Zen was able to play the beta, so he actually has played the game a little. I have not played the game, so a lot I just got going for it is the roster. And the roster is to say it leaves a little bit to be desired. That's how I feel about it. Zen, how do you feel about this roster so far?
It's pretty much Dragon Piece Force. Seems like every single time they announce any character for anything, include a One Piece and a Dragon Ball character along with them.
Yeah, and that's just kind of
hey,
like...
Here's Renji, because as soon as they announce Renji, they're like, oh, by the way, here's Trunks and Boa.
Yeah, when they announced the guy from City Hunter, Rio, I think it was accompanied by another, like, it was with Cell.
Yeah, Cell and Piccolo.
Damn, they doubled down on the Dragon Ball right there.
So it's like every time they announce a character, they're like, "Don't worry, you'll still can buy this game because it has a lot of Dragon Ball in it."
Yes,
so that we're putting in City Hunter or
arguably,
these guys because Dragon Ball is still here.
Like way too much Dragon Ball and like weird choices of Dragon Ball too, where it's like, okay, Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, sure, makes sense. They're the trio when you think of Dragon Ball. But then when you start getting to like Piccolo's here too, and you're like, who wanted Piccolo in this? And then they go, here's Perfect Cell. And you go, okay, I guess it's another villain, so we'll accept this. And then they go, here's Trunks. And you go, why the fuck is Trunks in here?
I'd rather have Trunks than Piccolo.
Fair enough, but Trunks is also the thing of like, when you pick a DBZ fighting game, Trunks is in it. He's first call for the roster. He's in like the opening. I think even in Fighter Z, he was one of the very relatively close, like, he was the A fighter. They were showing off 6, and then they included him, I think.
Or maybe not the first 3, but the first reveal. I think the first reveal had Goku, Frieza. Were the first ones?
Goku, Frieza, Vegeta, Teen Gohan, Cell, Majin Buu. Not Kid Buu though. I don't think the Kid Buu was in the original. But either way, you kind of expect Trunks. They've also got a lot of One Piece dudes in there. And by dudes, I mean, like, it's 4 dudes, and then it's Boa. Which, it's Luffy.
Is it only 5 still?
Is it? It might be more than 5. No, I forgot Blackbeard. So it is... Either way, there's a lot of One Piece. There is a lot of DBZ. And then, funny enough, it's a lot of Bleach, but not a lot of Naruto.
Naruto has to be coming. Because everyone keeps saying just to appeal to the West, but like Naruto's super huge in the West.
Yeah,
Characters in Naruto and Sasuke right now. That's the thing that confuses me the most.
yeah. That
Characters right now. Naruto's only Naruto and Sasuke.
the only reason in my head would be is that they're actually just waiting to reveal that it's only Boruto in the game. Like that's the only other Naruto character they got. It's Boruto.
I know that people were digging in the files and they found the customize options for like your player character, and some of Sakura's stuff is in there. So people are assuming she's coming soon. You have to think Madara would have been big. No, I haven't gotten anybody since.
Yeah, I think out of all the possible, for some reason in my mind, it's just like not Sakura, even though she's part of like, she's literally Team 7. But if I was gonna pick, and that's the weird thing about Jump Force, is that it's supposed to be, in theory, only the cream of the crop of their respective series. So if it was just Naruto and Sasuke, it'd be fine. But they're literally doubling down on like Dragon Ball's like people they don't even use anymore. Like Piccolo is best remembered for like losing super early in the Tournament of Power. Well, not super early. He made it decent enough, but it's like if you're gonna pick someone else from that series, it should be someone like really weird. It should be like Master Roshi. Imagine Master Roshi's buff ass form in that weird art style they got.
That art style that's a topic for another day, but that's a rough art style. But yeah, like Piccolo's best remembered for fight against a mid-tier villain for the arc.
That's what he's remembered. So if that's also not the Piccolo I would have picked Demon King Piccolo. That would be the one. That would have been a cool, like, well, now we at least technically got a Dragon Ball person. And then you can say, like, these are Z people. And you don't have to worry about, like, oh, but it's Demon King Piccolo. Like, Super Saiyan Goku should wash him. It's like, well, Super Saiyan Goku should wash half the roster of the goddamn place.
Goku should beat almost... They put fucking Deku in. Like, who's he beating? He ain't fighting anybody.
Like, Deku ain't gonna be able to fight. Deku can't beat himself. His own greatest enemy is himself, and he's unable to do it. Dude barely can remember to kick. So it's like... So it's obviously all fan service. It just doesn't make sense to me to double down on a series so hard that they went through, and for this to be like 50 years of celebration of Shonen Jump, and you got 12 series so far. You got 12
in series because has gotten pretty much nothing. Nobody from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is like one of the best selling manga of all time. That there's Hunter x Hunter has 3 characters.
4.
Oh, Kurapika. They've got Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Hisoka, which is actually pretty good. Only has 2, just Yusuke and Toguro. And then Bleach has 4 for some reason, which I always think Bleach is less popular than it really is.
This might also be... I might be colored just because I've heard a lot of... All the Bleach fans I've ever seen complain about Bleach, so it's very hard for me to, like, gauge on how actually popular Bleach is. It's similar to, I guess, the Dragon Ball situation, but I feel like not even Dragon Ball fans complain as much as Bleach fans do by the end of whatever they got. Maybe it's just Valley. Valley is very loud about his Bleach opinions. So
it's one of the 3, so it's very popular.
Yeah.
Like it's popular, like for fun. So it's hard for me to gauge invested in Bleach as a viewer or how much respect I'm expected to give it coming into a game like this. But certainly not more than Naruto. Regardless as to what you think about Naruto, it's one of the most popular manga ever.
It's true. That Bleach is not touching any of that.
Because they're both in the big 3, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, it's really weird, and it's messed up because I feel like Jump Force specifically, like from early testings of what people have played of it, is actually like kind of legit fun to play. And hearing that it's like kind of fun to play makes me sadder that the roster so far is just kind of not like doing it for me, or they're like not living up to like the crossover name. It's weird. It's the same disconnect I have with like the recent Marvel vs. Capcom game, where it was where it's like, yeah, all the best of Marvel and all the best of Capcom. By the way, all the best of Marvel are not showing up for this, so you're not getting Wolverine. You're not getting
no X-Men.
Also, we're really promoting a lot of our current Avengers. So here's Black Panther, here's Black Widow, here's the Winter Soldier, and also they're all just dudes with guns. So
they put in Black Widow, the Winter Soldier, and Gamora, and they're all the exact same character.
And it's like, yeah, and it's like, literally, you got dudes who can... You got Squirrel Girl, who literally, like, throws fucking squirrels at people, and you pick the guy with the gun? It's a
yeah. They wanted to market their movies, and that's all they cared about.
yeah,
It's kind of slow. So I have a list of the characters. I'm gonna go through all the characters so far.
yeah. Go ahead.
Um, so Blackbeard, Zoro, Sabo, and Boa Hancock. I don't know who Sabo is because I don't read One Piece, but I'm sure someone out there is excited for whoever that is.
Zahal. Zahal's real hype for Sabo.
I figured. Mike has Midoriya. He was announced, I think, today. Character from it.
Yeah.
Naruto has Naruto and Sasuke. That's it. Has UK and younger Toguro. Has Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Hisoka. Ichigo, Rukia, G.
Mm-hmm.
Who was clamoring for Rukia, but that's fine. Saint Seiya and Shiryu, which is kind of cool. Those are Seiya, but that's a good series. Yugi, I guess Pharaoh Yugi. I don't think you can be little baby Yugi.
It'd be funny if you could, though.
Piccolo, Cell, and Trunks. Probably more coming. Fist of the North Star only has Kenshiro. It's up to me. Curious to only get one character star, but whatever. Has Rio. Rurouni Kenshin has Kenshin and Shishio. Has Asta, and that is it. The game so far.
And with My Hero, it actually brings it up to 13 series. It was 12 until Deku was announced. But yeah, it feels like, especially after like everyone now has access to that new Shonen Jump app, and you go like, man, look at all this like different like manga that's here. To kind of go like, here's the thing that has like not even 1/3 of that roster.
Yeah, it's just a little weird because Saint Seiya, obviously. One guy from Fist of the North Star only. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Only 2 from Naruto. Like I'm even mad for Naruto fans at this point.
Yeah.
It's a million characters, but why do you have so many Dragon Bleach characters and Naruto can only get 2 so far? More.
Yeah, it's
also we're gonna be a lot more varied than it. I don't know.
Yeah, the roster variation would be very nice because of all those dudes, I think like Yugi sounds like the funniest in terms of like playing it and the most like, well, he uses cards, so how do you fight other people? And the answer is like he summons cards and shit. And it's like that's good, that's funny. Like it's a good way of like doing it. Like I think I remember way back when you said like who would you want in this roster? Do you really want Captain Tsubasa to be fighting these guys? And my inner answer is yeah, I want Captain Tsubasa to be fighting these guys. Just because the very idea of like having Captain Tsubasa fight Goku and then on the other side is also younger Toguro fighting Kaneko Man from the fucking 60s is like great. It's the same reason when you look at like something like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and you go like, yeah, you have Dante from Devil May Cry in it, but he's also fighting MODOK. And
right,
who in their right mind would think these two would fight together? But that's the cool thing about a crossover is that if you pull off the character right and you can get them to play fun, you can have really cool matchups. And I just feel like when you're telling me this Jump Force game, if it's really fun and it's really good, then I want to have the most breadth of characters that I can fight. Because if every other character is a fisty dude, like, okay, I know how to fight a fist. Every character knows how to fight a fist guy.
my thing is more just like crossover with something as big as Jump. I mean, obviously, it's the biggest manga magazine, I assume, ever. I don't know that for sure, but I know everywhere it's a big deal. There's going to be people that inevitably you let down or really want their series to get in, and it's not going to get in. Well, do you do it like this? Like, imagine Brothers, and they had 70 whatever characters, and like 60 of them the character is Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon, and then like, but just him.
Hold up, say that again.
I was saying, so I mean, it's a huge thing. It's almost like Smash Brothers. Now imagine if every single Smash Brothers character that they put in was like a Zelda character, and then like, and that's it. That's all you got. So I hope you really like Mario, Zelda, or Pokemon. That's what you get. This is, a celebration of video games. It's just Mario, Zelda, Pokemon. That's what this feels like. Oh, Jump Force! I'm gonna get to play as all my favorites. Favorites is from One Piece or Dragon Ball because that is what you've got.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I think they should really be looking more towards Smash Brothers, where and it's also kind of weird because they are making these 3D models, these weird looking 3D models from the ground up. So maybe it's very hard for them to go like, well, we can't have everyone. But at that point, they should be more willing to go like, well, okay, if we have like a limited roster size of like 30, let's say. I'm not sure what the final roster size will be, but let's say for all intents and purposes, it's around 40 characters. If of those 40 characters, half of them are from like 2 series, then they've kind of fucked up.
I think as a player, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think most people like 2 or 3 characters per series.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you on that.
Then have a character. Like if One Piece was just Luffy, Blackbeard, I think that would be fine.
Yeah, and I would be fine with DBZ was like literally just Goku and Frieza. Like the thing is that they always end up just including Vegeta just because he finds his way in. So
yeah, that's fine. So sell Trunks in a crossover game. Need them. I really thought Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza was going to be it. But okay, well that's kind of what I figured for Dragon Ball characters. And they just keep dropping more. Dropping Piccolo, Gohan's probably going to get in at some point.
And at that point, it's like, what version of Gohan?
The hair found in the files is adult Gohan.
Okay, so we'll have adult Gohan, sure. Yeah, it's something that's like real, just kind of disappointing because it's gotten to the point where now every time there's like a roster reveal, what they're doing is just adding more DBZ and One Piece dudes, and then maybe one person from another series gets in. Except for recently where they were like they saved Deku for a day later because I had a feeling they all knew everyone would be talking about the fact that they added another Bleach, DBZ, and One Piece character.
Right, and I mean they have to know that coming in.
Yeah.
Do they? I guess they just figured that there would be enough people that it would be fine. Probably a minority about this, but it just kind of sucks.
It does. And hopefully by the time the game comes out, all these, like, maybe it's just the weird way they're revealing these characters. Like, no one's going to get hyped for the really weird characters, I would say. But then they did reveal City Hunter guy. And, like, I think the only person...
Like, not trying to be an elitist, but how many people... I know City Hunter was, like...
It was popular back in its day. But even then, when City Hunter guy was put out there, the only person I saw any like clamoring for was Common, who said guys should watch the Korean drama based off of City Hunter.
Okay, so let me rephrase it in popularity. Is City Hunter popular enough that it should have the same representation as Fist of the North Star and more representation than JoJo?
It did have a movie with Jackie Chan. I just want to put that out there. Like,
oh.
That fight scene where Jackie Chan dresses up as Chun-Li? It's from City Hunter.
Fair enough. I'm looking up manga sales now just to look at it. Those are super tilted toward One Piece and Dragon Ball
Yeah.
by an insane margin. One Piece is at 453 million volumes sold, 361 million volumes sold. Show with 235 million, so you can see how numbers are for these series. But at the same time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 manga series on here to have ever sold over 100 million copies. Of those, other than One Piece and Dragon Ball, you have Naruto, Bleach, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure ends to get put into this. JoJo has 0 characters. Bleach has 4. Combined have 12.
Yeah, it is really weird that they have decided not to. You know what my theory is on it, at least, I want to say, is that they're currently having a really weird time. They're having a hard time getting them to work with stands, and until it's actually ready to be shown, they're not showing Jotaro and Dio.
I've heard of that, but Yugi literally just uses stands when he fights, when he plays his cards.
That's the thing, is that I think that they also are maybe gonna try and put in their time stuff, and that's what's actually holding them back. It's the fact that it's not just the stand part, it's the fact that they also kind of mess with time. But I think that's also a thing of like on the day before it comes out, people go like, holy shit, by the way, Chitaro and Dio totally made it. I know you guys were kind of threatening there, but day before, here you go, he's in it. Go play.
That's possible. Yeah, I've heard the theory that they're holding on to these other series like ever when they finally do reveal them. But if you were going to do that, it was popular enough to do that, maybe. But a lot of these other series aren't. Like I don't think see another Fist of the North Star character and get that hype because it has a very. But if you were going to do this kind of hype building, I think you would save the characters from One Piece and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
About a little bit.
You would think.
Imagine have had 2 Dragon Ball characters in like all of them.
Yeah, it's super weird. Everything around it is super weird. And I want to give the game a chance. I want to play it. But if that roster just ends up being what I think it's going to be, and the only reason I'm thinking it is the way it is because they have not given me any indication forward. I'm not like some weird person who knows stuff on the inside. I never was that kind of person. So I have no idea who the hell's coming up. I don't know what the hell their plans are. All I know is from what you're showing me, just not feeling it.
I've heard some things. I obviously can't talk about them, but I've heard them, good and bad, to people who are supposedly in or not in. Me a whole lot of faith that what I've heard is going to happen because I think, oh, are they going to be it? Nope, it's fucking Trunks with his fucking sausage hands. Like, what?
Yeah. And I feel like that's just going to be the case up until it releases on, I think it's not Valentine's Day, but pretty damn close. And then once all the roster's revealed, because it'll be revealed way before then, we can start complaining about what gets made into DLC. And that becomes an entire new can of worms that we can all just kind of mess around with.
That's something that I'm a little bit worried about. 2 ways that can go. DLC can be more fucking Dragon Ball and One Piece characters that didn't get in. Mm-hmm. Like whatever fan favorites are still sitting around the corner. We're starting to theorize that Broly might get in the movie, but I think the movie will have already been out for like a month by that point.
Yeah.
So I don't see that really happening.
I don't see it happening either, just because Broly has yet to show up in an actual Shonen Jump issue.
Right. But then they're going to hold series behind DLC. That JoJo does not get into the base game, and it's just early DLC.
Like pre-order now to get your Dio and Jotaro.
Or like, you know, 15th, but March 1st, Jotaro and Dio will be available for $5 each in the store.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario, I would say.
Uh, I would hope, but I don't think you make a game like this anymore. Already having 5 DLC packs planned out ahead of time.
Yeah, that's just the way fighting games are nowadays. Like they have their DLC plans already, like figured out.
It's not like a platformer, you know.
Yeah, they also
Fighting games have it planned out. They have expansions planned out for your MMOs, for your shooters, all that kind of stuff.
yeah, they have it all planned out. So some form of it will come. It's just a lot of waiting. But I wanted to talk about Jump Force specifically just because every new roster reveal just makes me more and more like I don't understand where this game's going. And I would really like to know. That's just the basic thing of like I'd like to know whoever is behind the releases for this.
Characters like Asta and Deku should have been cool reveals. They're characters that should have already been announced, you know?
Yeah. They should have
Announced
been
antagonists from a hugely popular series. I'm like, okay. Everyone pegged Midoriya to get in from day one as soon as the game was announced. So like I can't get that excited about it.
because
I'm like, but at least it's not a fucking Dragon Ball character.
I believe that was his tagline when he came out. At least he's not a fucking Dragon Ball character.
Yeah, that was on the actual V-Jump page that he leaked from. Deku, but at least he's not a fucking Dragon Ball character.
Yep. But yeah, that's all I kind of want to talk about. That's my real feelings. It's literally just like a lot of bitching about the roster. But it's been building up since that game kind of came out, and you're kind of going like, well, this game looks ugly, but also I'm kind of interested. And then people got to play it a little, and they're like, this game's actually kind of fun. Now we need to see what kind of characters are going to be actually added to it. And now we're at the point where just every new character reveal is like, I can't believe this is what you got. It's weird. And a very bad way to handle a crossover roster. I just hope that this isn't a situation where it comes out and I'm like, well, maybe the next Shonen Jump fighting game will get it. Jump Force 2.
Issues though, I think. And I think that they're fundamental level.
Yeah, a lot of mental issues.
Oh, that too. So as you know, but the way that the team switching works, it's not something like Dragon Ball FighterZ where you can tag in whoever you want and a tag button, and it just rotates around. So if you're playing as character 1, your assist is character 2, and if you tag to character 2. Assist is character 3, tag to character 3. Shares a health bar, and the health is pretty low, with 35 to 50% in one combo.
Ew.
Third character almost never got used. Like when I was playing in the beta, close to the end of the beta, when people started figuring out how to combo and like your opponent and stuff, third characters never got used. Character, which was 99% of the time, was Rukia because she's a really good assist character.
That was a little discomforting to hear, but it's an early build, so
and it doesn't look any better. I know a lot of people were like, well, you're just seeing pictures, it'll look fine in the game. It does not. Awful.
No, those 3D models are not good. They look very good for like someone who was like, I tried to make these guys in 3D, and you're like, I did it all myself, and you're like, that's pretty good effort for doing it by yourself. Like, I'm glad that you were able to try and do something that's like different that you don't see out there. But once you realize an entire team is behind it, you're like, nah, someone should have gave this another pass.
Yeah, it's all their own art style, but like, quote, in the real world, and it's so unsettling.
It's like a new version of Uncanny Valley.
Still like, oh, well, this is what they would look like in the real world. But like, no human looks like that.
Yeah, no
Goku's
humans.
face. It's not what characters look like in the real world. That's a monster. Like,
These huge ass eyes on Deku, making him look like the weird bug monster from Men in Black.
Sonic. His eyes. He would look like Sonic.
Yeah, he would look like Sonic.
Then you have characters like, Gon kind of looks okay. Fine. Does not work at all in what they're trying to do.
Which character?
Vegeta. Have you seen his hair? The
Oh.
way like he looks.
Yeah, Vegeta doesn't look that great either. I think Kurapika also ends up looking really weird, right?
Yes, Kurapika is models, I think. The reveal pictures they used for him looked terrible.
Yeah, it looks like someone was wearing one of those like fake anime masks.
Yeah, it does look like that. Killua looks okay. Some of the models look okay. Like Asta from Black Clover looks fine. It's terrible. Killua's okay. Gon's okay. Okay. Like, all I can think of off the top of my head that are fine. Ichigo, I guess, is alrightish.
Yeah, and I guess Renji looked okay with his design.
Like, have you seen Yugi?
I have seen Yugi. Yugi looks.
On Yugi's face on this when you're editing this thing I've ever seen.
It's a bad face.
See if I can find the picture that I want to use, because whoever this was also like used to advertise the character. This is great. I want people to see this image.
And they go, "This is Yugi."
Yeah, I want your earnest reaction when you see this. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
An advertisement image.
He looks like the Chucky doll.
It does look like a Chucky doll. Look at his fucking cape.
Oh man, it's poking right through, isn't it? Or is that a hole?
It's like a hole or something in it. Fucking texture.
His hand is also really weird. The hand near the dual disc. It's like weirdly brown.
His cape looks like from N64's Banjo-Kazooie. Looks like a goddamn snow mountain out of a terrible N64 like polygon engine.
His hair also looks like the stuff you put on cake with frosting.
It does. Everyone in this game, that's my biggest complaint with the art style. Boy.
Yeah, they do look like toys.
One made of plastic.
Yeah, that doesn't look like... That's what happens when you try and do like anime sensibilities into real life, is that they don't actually work that well. That's why every anime movie looks really weird.
Reason.
Yeah, this...
Here, look at...
God, that Goku.
Look at his face. It's not... Anime characters aren't drawn like real life. It's because they're not real life.
Yeah, no.
They made a live action like Snow White movie, and they're like, yeah, but make sure the actress still has her horrifying giant eyes.
It just wouldn't make sense. Like you can't have it two ways. You have to either go a little bit more human looking, or you're gonna have to go like way more like cell shaded anime style. Trying to blend the two is just a fool's errand.
Actually, when you put in characters from these series that are not, you're like, that's why characters like Gon look okay.
It's because his style isn't fully anime like the way the others are.
Like in Yusuke looks fine. He's just a dude with big eyes. Because like anime, you're gonna have big eyes on your fucking characters anyway. Because anime boys are basically Disney princesses when it comes to the eyes.
It's actually Scrooge McDuck. The Astro Boy's creator got it from looking at Donald Duck, and everyone just kind of copied the Astro Boy eye look. So every single anime eye comes from Donald Duck.
That is extremely interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's if you ever wonder where those eyes came from, it's specifically from Donald Duck. And everyone, once Astro Boy came out and Astro Boy was super popular, they were like, well, we should make more stuff that kind of looks like Astro Boy. So the eye style was kept, And from that point on, like a deviation happened where they kept the eyes, but like everything else started to change around it. But they always kept the eye style, and the eye style came from Disney cartoons, but specifically Donald Duck.
Very interesting. Here's that I just sent you.
Is that Sabo?
I guess. What the fuck? Maybe if you're gonna make him look like he's in real life, don't give him pool balls for eyes with little black dots on them.
And then have him like the weird like God of War face on too. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be skin. Is that blood?
Assume that's what he looks like. I don't know anything about that character. I assume that's just what he looks like.
Yeah, it's weird. There's no like easy way of saying it.
It was like, it's not just that the models look awful, dated.
Yeah.
Last gen model, like this is some shit that got made in like 2009.
It's like how when you played that new, is it Final Fantasy? Oh, the Killua one is so bad. I knew you were going to link it.
God awful. Look at it. 2 model.
It doesn't help that he looks like if Boss Baby was turned into an adult, but his face got kept the same. It's just like something not right about it.
Gross, horrible balloon hands.
That too, the balloon hands, the way he's coming at me, the way the suit looks, the environment behind him, the way the environment doesn't even look like it wants him in there.
Trunks' fucking hand.
Trunks' weird baby sausage hands.
They're awful, right?
Yeah.
That hard to just make a realistic-ish looking model. Why is it turning out like this? Okay.
The other worst thing is that Trunks is going to be doing Burning Attack, and there's no way that they're going to make Burning Attack look good.
Actually, there is one right here of Burning Attack. First of all, look at this awful Deku while I get you that Burning Attack.
Yeah, Deku also just not getting any favors from this game.
Oh. Here's your Burning... Oh, wait. No, that's the same Trunks. Hang on. Where the hell did the Burning Attack go?
See, now he just looks like he's throwing up the rock. And to be fair, it's always looked like he's been throwing up the rock, but it really comes into... You know what? His hands also look like really weird mountains. If you just like...
Hands look like white Cheetos.
Yeah, there's something just like the fingers are like super fucking long, and the thumb is like weirdly protruded out there. And I just need to see this in motion because them trying to... Like, there's no way to do the Burning Attack hand motion without a lot of motion blur. So trying to be like, well, how do I do this in real life? The answer is you can't do the Burning Attack in real life.
You don't do it in real life. That's why it's not done in real life.
This look is maybe the worst of it all. This makes it look like Mortal Kombat Annihilation when that game was out on the PS2.
Talking about the base form Trunks that I just sent you?
Yeah, he looks like a Cro-Magnon man.
So awful.
It actually looks like he went Super Saiyan 3, but then was unable to revert his eyebrows back. Oh, just everything about it is so bad.
It's just like... It is like I said, I played it and it's pretty ugly in action. The images. So I think it being a still image hurts. Nice.
Yeah. It's like they took that famous smear from the Pain versus Naruto fight? What if they made those the fighters?
Only in the smear?
Yeah, so every character is mid-smear at any given point. So that's why they always look like weirdly off for some reason. But yeah, we still got a good 2 months before this game is out. So I don't know what the fuck's up. Hopefully by the time, if 2 months pass, chances are we'll get our hands on it and then we'll actually legit talk about it and then we'll talk about what the hell the final thing. Actually, if I have my PS4 back by then. Otherwise, it will just be you talking about it as I go, like, I can't believe that they didn't include anyone else. They actually just included 13 more Dragon Ball Z characters.
It's very possible. I would not be shocked to get Krillin, like Dio or something.
Can people handle a Krillin with no nose in this art style? Not even D-Free could love that Krillin.
I don't know about that. Barrett.
I'll see. If Krillin is announced with his weird no-nose look, I will gladly get D-Free on the Illegal Chop Shop, and I will talk to him only about Krillin in fighting games. And specifically that new one. But yeah, I think that's all I got in me. These screenshots really killed any other enthusiasm I have for Force. They're just so bad looking. So we're gonna end it right here. We'll be back next time we want to talk about a game, any game. Zen could, in theory, come up with a game he wants to talk about. I'll be perfectly fine with that. The Illegal Gaming Chop Shop is just here to talk shop about video games. Damn. Too bad I'm never going to remember that to say that for the ending next time we do this. But anyway, I've been Wokey. We came here to talk shop, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, then, why don't you say goodbye? Thank you for joining me.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for this impromptu new show. I'm as surprised as you are because I found out we were making this show.
Yeah, and just like...
But I like it, so...
Yeah, any excuse to talk about video games and any excuse to come up with amazing titles. Hopefully next time you hear it, our internet will be okay. My internet will be okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to blame Zen's internet.
I was about to say, easy now.
Yeah. My internet will maybe stop chucking on cock every time we try and record anything.
It's not my fault that your house runs off a cell phone data network, apparently.
Yeah, it's not my fault that the idea of a phone plan was... The first phone plan they ever got was the one from 1960s. Before phones...
Man's internet is all 3G. That's it.
Yep. I could probably stream better from just my phone internet. So until next time, everyone.
Everybody.
Goodbye. God, these jump forces.
You're so ugly.